Let's start off then. Disappointment, obviously, during the week against Hull. Have you got the response you were hoping for, looking for from your players in training since then?
Yeah, without doubt. I think immediately after the game, I got the response that we all wanted. And training yesterday, in terms of the meeting, review, and how we trained, yeah, very, very good. So focused 100% on Rochdale now and looking to bounce back very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you were unchanged, weren't you, on Tuesday? Does the result make it more likely that there could be changes tomorrow?
No, it's the performance that we look at and pick a team that we think's right for each game. So, you know, it's sometimes you can play very well and lose, and other times you could actually play poorly and win. So it's not dictated purely by the result. We look at the performance and we look at the opposition that we're playing against. So and that's the case again tomorrow.
Yeah, and it is Rochdale, as you say, tomorrow. What sort of a game are you expecting?
A difficult one. They've really good period of form for them at the moment. 7 points from 9. 2 good away wins and then a really good point at home against Sunderland. So they're in good form. They're a good team, well organised. They've got good threats within their team as well. Very hard working. So we know it's going to be a tough test, and it's certainly not one that we will underestimate.
Yeah, and they've got, as you say, some good players. Matt Lund used to be at Rovers, of course, a long time ago now, but used to be at Rovers. He's chipping in with goals as well. I guess when he's up against his former team, he will be keen to impress tomorrow as well. He's just one of the threats you're up against, though.
Yeah, he's having a really good spell for them. He's a big threat arriving in the box, especially from crosses. So, we're well aware of that, and we'll be doing our utmost to make sure that he doesn't have an impact on the game tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about they're in good form. How much attention do you really pay to your opponents in that respect? Is it more about just focusing on what Bristol Rovers do?
It's a mix, to be honest. It's as a balance, I'd say it's probably 80% what we do and 20% regarding the opposition. We need to understand how they play and make sure that we nullify that. We also need to identify areas where we think we can hurt them. But we have a large focus on what we do and how we prepare and how we play. Regardless of who we're playing. But it's also important that we go into great detail on the opposition and make sure we know everything about them going into the game.
Yeah, and look, do you look at the table at this stage of the season? Obviously, your teams, you're right there together, aren't you? Rochdale and you right close together in the table, goal difference separating you. Do you pay attention to those kind of things?
Not in terms of who we're playing against. We focus on what we see in terms of the games and how we analyse that. We want to obviously get as high up that table as we can. We had a good run going into Hull, and 60 minutes into the game, everything was great. So like I said after the game, I don't think there was a great deal in the game against Hull, which one of the bigger clubs and certainly a very strong squad in this league. So I think there's positives to take from that, and the fact we went toe to toe with them and more than held our own is a positive. And we'll be looking to take those positives and brush up on one of the areas going into Rochdale tomorrow now.
Yeah, and what are your memories, if any, do you have of Scotland? What memories come to mind?
To be honest, I've never been there with a team before. I've been there to watch games, but never been with a team before. So I don't know it as an environment in terms of dressing rooms, etc. So it's a new ground for me in that respect, but one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and how much a difference will it make now? The new training ground, you've been there, you've sampled it, having that in full swing. How much will that help the team moving forward?
It will, have a good impact. It's a great training surface for us now. Really good, really good environment. So it's only going to improve. I think over the next few months we're going to make further improvements and add more to the training grounds. So it's been fantastic that we can get there. And like I said last week, it has an impact now for us. But I also think it's a milestone for this football club. It's leaving a legacy now, hopefully for the next 20, 30, 40 years of having its own base and own home. And one that can be developed and grown.
Yeah, and just finally from me, Ben, how are the squad looking ahead of tomorrow's trip to Rochdale?
Yeah, very good. We've got one fitness test this morning. So we're just waiting to see on one player. Other than that, we're where we were on Tuesday. Plus, we've got Jaden Mitchell-Lawson back in the squad. So no, we're all good on that front. Like I say, we've just got one to check up on this morning, and then we'll decide on the team from there.
Well, good luck tomorrow, Ben. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. No problem. Appreciate it.